Hi everyone, and welcome to this video about the top 3 challenges of hybrid meetings and how to solve them. My name is Lotta Strand and I am one of the co-founders here at Svava.
And my name is Jennifer Weber and I work with customer success. Often we talk to our users and they talk about disengagement. Could you tell me something more about that?
Absolutely. This is something that is very accentuated in hybrid meetings especially. And it is very important that you do something about this, because disengagement is a true productivity killer and it's also contagious, so you must do something about it as soon as you experience it. If a person is not seeing everything in the meeting, is not hearing, and is not seen or heard, they are bound to become disengaged. And this is also connected to a sense of ownership in the meeting. So make sure that your participants really collaborate both in the setup and the running of the meeting.
So what would you recommend?
I would recommend making sure that first you have a technical setup that is making sure that everyone can see everyone properly and also hear everything. It's also important to engage everyone and make sure that they feel that sense of ownership in the meeting. And then you have the inclusion part, making sure that you make everyone engaged and included in the meeting. I would also recommend dividing the meeting into 3 parts: before, during, and after. Before a meeting, to create that sense of ownership, you can invite all your participants to co-create the agenda together with you. This is possible to do in Svava if you send an invitation beforehand and everyone can collaboratively build the agenda and the setup for the meeting. This will make sure that everyone feels that sense of ownership. During the meeting, it is important to work on inclusion. And if everyone is joining Svava on their laptop or on their smartphone, they will be able to see everything and also share their input equally, no matter how they connect to the meeting, if they join remotely or are with you in the room. You should also make sure that you pass around the word to everyone in the meeting so that everyone is included and invited to speak. And then afterwards, make sure that you learn from your session, bring in feedback from your participants, and really improve yourself as a meeting host.
I've been to so many meetings where we share issues, ideas, and take decisions together. But leaving the meeting, I never know what was expected of me or what has been decided. I never get any meeting notes, or I get them 1 or 2 weeks later. I know that Svava has an ability to generate automatic meeting notes, and that could really help. Could you tell me anything about that?
Sure. This is such a common problem, but it is quite easy to fix. And one of the issues about this is that you have a secretary. So I would say get rid of the secretary, because this is a role where you put all responsibility on note-taking on just one person. And this is a role that also effectively excludes that person from taking part in the meeting, because that person just listens to what everyone else is saying, making sure that they can write as quickly as possible. By using Svava, you can distribute that responsibility on so many more participants, including everyone in the meeting. And by doing this, you will also capture many more points of views and how people see different decisions or issues. And if you use Svava, you can make sure that you engage everyone within this and that you share equal responsibility. In Svava, you can do brainstormings, polls, or make decisions, and you will have them automatically compiled into professional meeting minutes at the end of the meeting. If a person leaves the meeting confused, the meeting was not clear enough and it did not live up to the expectations of a high quality meeting. to solve this, I would recommend putting everything in text, and of course to do that in Svava. And to make sure that all decisions have a person assigned to them, has a deadline connected to it, and that everyone knows what is expected of them. Because this is not just a productivity issue, it is also a mental health issue.
A lot of time meetings happens as a spur of a moment thing. There's no clear agenda or structure. Why would we use Svava?
I would say that all of our meetings do well by having more structure. Even your big meetings, your small meetings, or your spur of the moment meetings where you just jump on a Teams call with your colleagues. They do better by having a clear agenda, having engagement exercises, and having very clear meeting minutes. And if you have all this, you will see a higher increase in perceived meeting quality and meeting output. Adding more structure to the meeting will also increase the productivity and also the engagement of that meeting, because your participants know what is expected from the meeting, but also what is expected from them. Having more structure will also save you loads of time, because the meeting becomes easier to document, but also more easy to follow up. Many of the users of Svava say that structure was not something that they were looking for, but once incorporated, they saw that the increased structure they gained helped them to improve quality, but also engagement. But if you feel that the word agenda or the exercise of setting it up is too cumbersome, I would say look at it more as a mental exercise, or maybe as a way of structuring your meeting minutes. And I promise, by getting more structure in the meeting, you will see higher quality and productivity within both your ad hoc meetings or your recurring ones.
Okay, what I take with me from all of this is that disengagement can really be cured by letting everybody get seen or heard and let everybody participate equally in a meeting. If you have a tool that can generate automatic notes, I know what it is expected of me directly after the meeting, since I can take all these good decisions and discussions with me. And by just adding a little bit of structure and clarity into a meeting, then this could really benefit both me and my team.
I think that's so true, Jennifer, and thank you for that. And thank you for joining, and I hope to see you next time.
Thank you.